Zach Noe Towers.
I agree.
Yeah.
Austin Show. Do you go by Austin Show?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that is my name, Austin Show.
Hello. How are you?
Good, Zach. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
You're such a get in my mind.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Thank you. It's a privilege to be considered that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I actually saw you present at the GLAAD Awards.
Oh, thank you.
And
yeah.
I was like, cool.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. The GLAAD Awards were great.
Yeah.
So it was a privilege to be there. I was like backstage with so many people. I was like, holy.
Like real ass
Yeah.
people. Dochi was there.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. I was who was I backstage with? Oh my God, brain fart. But anyway.
No, yeah. Lil Nas was there.
Yeah,
Like,
Lil
a lot of
Nas.
people.
Yeah, I got
Are you
to talk
friends
to him.
with Lil Nas?
I would say we know who each other are. I had him on one of my dating shows in 2020, back
Okay.
when he was promoting Call Me By Your Name.
Cool.
And when he was on that tour, we did a dating show with him.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. And then I met him on the red carpet again for the second time, I guess, in my life. And he recalled that moment. So that's kind of the extent of who.
Hey, if he remembered you, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, you remember. But I was kind of like guarding myself just in case he didn't remember. Because I hate that. Because I have a memory of a goldfish.
Same.
As we had met before. Briefly at the GLAAD Awards.
Briefly.
And I introduced myself like we had never met.
So briefly.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough how little I care when someone does not remember who I am. Because I live a great life.
Yes.
I don't get mad at other people. Like, I just don't. It doesn't cross my mind to be upset about
100%.
it.
Me neither. Because you get it. I mean, it just happens.
Too many people.
And well, now I'm going to remember you, and you're going to remember me.
Yeah,
so
and
that's it. That's all that matters.
Neighbors. We live close.
Yes, we live close. Yes, we absolutely. I didn't realize how close it was, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is easy." I didn't have to Uber.
Because you're new-ish to the neighborhood.
Yes, I am new to the neighborhood. I moved from Oregon. I still have my place up there, but I go back and forth. So I would fly in. I do a podcast called Fear And with Hassan Piker, Cutie Cinderella, and Will Neff.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and I would fly in every week for it. And I've done that for the last 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did y'all at least batch record?
No.
Or
Once a week. We record on Thursdays. We record on Thursdays and release on Monday mornings.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot. And
but it's the same every week.
No,
schedule.
actually,
No, I was going to say 4 people to organize 4 people is bonkers.
Yeah, well, we had a crazy schedule because Hassan is crazy. He's working all the time. He's on screen like 8 hours a day.
That's wild.
Cutie Cinderella is also crazy busy. Will is crazy busy. I'm the least busy out of all of them. But so I would sit in Portland, and we would always film from Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was like I would get a text and be like, when are we filming? On like Wednesday. And sometimes it would be the next day.
Damn.
Sometimes it would be on Saturday. Sometimes it would be Friday. So I would just have to be there on delta.com just waiting to...
And jump on that flight.
Jump on it and book it.
Short flight though.
2 hours.
Okay.
And all the prices relatively the same every time. So it was easy. I flew all the time, so I knew, I navigated the airport really well, so it was quick and easy.
Damn.
But it was a lot. So I was like, I'm done with this bullshit. Plus, I want to live in LA. I want to be around queer people.
You seem like, when I met you, I was like, I assumed you lived in LA.
Oh, well, I mean, is that a compliment?
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Because some people, that's a compliment. I'll take it.
Totally. Okay. Okay, so this is a sex podcast. Mm-hmm. Where does is sex important to you?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very important to me. I don't think it's all that's important. I think, but I think that intimacy, specifically in a relationship, is really important. I think physical touch is my love language.
Really?
It's like my top love language, and I feel like
top as in top bottom?
Well,
or as in ranked?
Ranked. Ranked. It's my ranked love language right at the top. And I think that it's not the most important thing, but I think that it's sort of like if everything else is going well, it's like how you really get that maximum expression of all of the other things, of that connection that you've established with somebody. It's like the way to really express that connection.
It also separates you from a good friend.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, and I come with this person.
Yes, exactly. Or sometimes it's an expression of a good friend. I feel
Sure.
like sometimes you have. I know this sounds crazy, but
No.
sometimes you have a really strong friends with benefits, which I think that queer people can have more. I don't know.
We're the best at it.
We can do this really. We can manage this really well. But like sometimes you just have like a close friend that you can just. I don't know.
Bang.
Hook up with, and not everybody. You can just like, oh, but we're really good friends, but we don't want to live with each other and have that relationship.
Yeah,
but we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
friends with benefits.
So then when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, but the sex is really good. You have a really good connection. You know, it certainly is possible, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think queer people, queer men especially,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think we're very good at no strings attached or like, friends with benefits.
Right, and we're not, we it can get messy sometimes, I imagine, but we are the best at it. I think we have a good ratio of like success.
Okay, going back to the beginning.
Okay,
Do you
sure.
remember like the first thing that made you like aware of sex and or like horny?
Well, see, I was, like many gay men, I was in denial of my sexuality very early on.
But you kind of had an inkling, like you.
Even from, if you go back to when I was if you look backwards, there were moments from the time I was a child.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you live in a society in which I'm telling things to an audience that they all know.
It's okay.
But we live in this society where it's like you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be straight, you're gonna marry a woman. That's what I was told my whole life, and I'm not blaming my parents. My parents are very progressive and they accept me and everything. But they still were like, oh, this is what's
how
gonna
you do
happen.
it, yeah.
And they weren't telling me, but they were just like expecting that.
Sure.
So I would feel these things when I was a kid, but I didn't know how to really associate them, and I didn't think, oh, something was different. But I just felt these emotions, but couldn't tie them to anything, So,
And you have nothing to compare it to either.
Right.
You're like, does everyone kind of like Jason and
Right.
they're gonna marry Rebecca?
right,
You
right.
know?
So yeah, I remember my first crush was like on a guy was like back in like second or third grade.
Sure.
This guy named Tanner.
Okay,
And I was like, oh,
good
Tanner. And Tanner
name.
was moving to Michigan, and I was heartbroken. But I didn't realize. I only realized this later in life when I look back on it.
Sure.
Does that make sense? I felt the feelings
Like,
when I was a second.
oh.
Yeah, that was a crush. I had a crush, and I didn't realize. And I had many crushes on all these guys, all these boys when I was in like grade school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I didn't realize it. I would just like want to be around them and be friends with them. You know what I mean?
Did you do sports and stuff?
I did. I played soccer. I was a
Wow.
competitive soccer player.
Damn.
Which not like crazy. Like I didn't play collegiate
Yeah.
soccer, but I traveled and stuff. And
Sure.
And
that
so-
like does the bro stuff still do anything for you? Like
Oh yes,
like soccer players
I mean,
or whatever?
back when one of my. I shouldn't know. I don't know how I was still in denial, but you would try to get close to like your teammates in like a way, but you would like talk about sex, but it would always be in the context of talking about having sex with a woman.
Yeah.
But it would like get into like, I remember this one teammate that I had, we shared a room and we were like talking about jerking off a bunch. You know what I mean? And I was
Yeah.
like, I really wanted to like jerk off with him, but it was like, we were jerking off thinking about girls.
Yeah.
But it was like, that's an experience that I tried to have at least. And he was like very
course.
open and talking about it. And
Did anything like that ever happen?
no, I
with
wish
you?
it would have.
Really?
I really wish I would have experienced that. But I was in. It's so funny because on that soccer trip that almost happened, and we would like kind of allude to it and like talk about it, and nothing ever happened. But I was like texting a girl at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just a weird, confusing time.
Yeah, but like you said, it's like you didn't know any different. I
Right.
get it. Like, it's,
But so I had those things. I would I thought I had crushes on girls and things like that. I even lost my virginity to
nice
a girl. I slept with two women
in high school.
right out of high school.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I slept with two girls. And it was just like the second time I slept with a girl, she like stopped in the middle of it and she's like, "Is it me?" And I was like, "No, I couldn't stay hard, I was like, it was just bad." And then that was the last time.
Did you straight up tell her no, I'm gay?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
Even then, I didn't accept
Really?
it.
No.
Yeah.
You were probably at least really nice to her.
I was really nice to her. I was
Yeah.
like, no. It's just like, no,
just
it's just,
too
I
much
couldn't explain it.
Beer.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that happened, and that was like when I was 20,
Yeah.
and it was a weird. Like, then I was in college, and nothing really happened. It was like I almost felt like I was just like not sexual.
Did you go away for college?
Yeah, I went to school in Oregon.
Okay.
So I went away, and I was in college, and I was kind of a recluse. I kind of stayed in my dorm room. I'm a Twitch streamer, so I played video games. I streamed on Twitch, and I kind of stuck to myself. And then, like, I would watch porn.
Yeah.
And stuff, and this is in this era. I was starting to watch gay porn.
Gay porn, okay.
But I would feel guilty about it, and I'd jerk off, and then I'd finish, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's never happening again," And this is how my journey started.
That's interesting because you were by yourself.
Yes, yeah, and I would feel guilty, so I would like watch it, and then like I would stop watching it. And I think from the time I was 20, I was watching exclusively gay porn.
Yeah.
Exclusively, and slowly but surely I got sick of feeling guilty, so I just like wouldn't tell anybody, and I would do it. But I remember the first time I ever watched it was like, I don't know, I got so curious, and then I just like, it was like Eastern European, somewhere,
Bellamy,
or something like this, and I don't know what the name of the video, but I remember the video,
yeah.
And
there's nothing. I don't know if you still watch porn.
Oh yeah,
but there's nothing like stumbling upon an old video that like you used to like 100%. Jerk it to all the time.
Yep.
It's like going to your childhood home.
Yeah, no, I know. I have many times. I've never found this one video, but it was amazing. I wish I could find it.
Wait. Okay. We will go backwards in a second, but when it comes to porn, are you like a script, lights, action person, or is it like more homemade person?
I can do both. I could do studio and then like
studio. Great word.
Yeah. As they say in the biz.
Yeah.
I could do both. I think I could do studio, and then I could probably do I could do either or. But I don't really like the script part.
Yeah, me neither.
That doesn't do anything for me.
So it actually takes me out
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
Like,
me too. I'm like, this is weird. Let me skip. Yeah, let me skip. Skip. Get to the skip the monologue. Skip the acting. I don't know who that.
Off.
Don't know who that is for. It's not me.
No, some people love the story.
Yes.
I'm finding out.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but they love the bad acting, and they. And these studios, like, they lean into the bad acting.
Totally.
And the cringiness, but some people really like them.
Would you ever be a non-sexual role in a porn movie?
I've thought of this because I've got some friends in the industry.
Yeah.
And they mentioned it, and I actually think I might.
You should.
I would be like
want
an
to do
actor.
it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
It'd be so fun to be like the person in the fridge and you don't know your boyfriend's like getting fucked. And
Yeah.
you're like, come on, babe. We have to go.
I thought about being the person getting cucked, or
you should,
or being like, or not knowing.
In front of my salad.
In front of my salad. Yeah, no, I've thought about this. I would do it. I think.
Okay, so wait, going back, like,
Sure.
because like obviously you were alone in a dorm room, still like feeling guilty about gay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What was the vibe on gay in like your home and in like school?
Yeah.
Were like gay people bullied or
No, I don't know. It's weird.
Interesting.
I was not bullied ever. Gay people weren't bullied. I think in general, societally speaking,
Yeah, of course.
they were bullied, and it wasn't accepted very much. I felt that it wouldn't be accepted. I would be different, very different, is what I felt. But there was not like a outwardly like danger to me.
Yeah.
It would just be like I felt I would be ostracized in some way. My mom's a fag hag.
Nice.
My mom had all gay friends. Like from the time I was in middle school all the way till now. My mom has exclusive, like she would hang out every day. Kid you not, every day after work, she would go to a bar that was owned by a trans woman. Right? And hang out with all her gays that because the woman would she would just hire all
gays
in her staff. But so I had no reason. And my dad was never homophobic, but he was just like a dude from this grew up in the 70s. So like he wasn't exactly, he would probably say the wrong thing.
Sure.
But he was never like, he didn't give a shit.
Did you know your mom's gay friends?
Yeah.
And did you have a perception of them? Did you not like them because they were gay and that freaked you out?
Never. I never disliked them. I always got along with them. I never like, it was never like, I just never thought I was them.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gay.
Yeah, I'm not that.
I'm not that. You know what I mean? Like, I support you, but like, I'm not that. It was weird. I just never thought I was going to be gay. It's weird. Like, everybody would talk about gays, and I would be like, nah, that's not me.
Not me.
so interesting. And like, here I am.
Maybe you have like some suppressed memories that you're gonna like crack. You're gonna do shrooms one day and be like, oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. Like but yeah, there was nothing in my home
to push
me away.
Yeah.
I think, I think it was more so the expectation that I was going to get married and to a woman and have kids.
Do you still want to get married? Do you want to have kids?
Yes, I do want kids, and I do want to get married.
Okay.
I think I want to do it probably in my I'm 31 now, probably my late 30s. My dad didn't have me until.
Are you an only child?
I'm a youngest of 4, but I'm the only child from my my parents.
Okay.
And my mom and dad have been married for 35 years.
Whoa.
But my mom before was a single mom of 3.
Okay.
And she raised my older brothers and my older sister.
Okay.
More or less by herself.
Wow.
Because the guys were there was not to get into it, but
different dads.
One dad for 2 of them, and then another dad for the other, and then my dad came into the picture, and I had a stable home life from the time they've been married for 35 years. So
what's the age difference between you and your oldest?
12 years.
Okay.
So I'm the youngest by the closest in age is 8 years.
The baby.
I'm the baby. Yeah.
Cute.
So I don't know where I was going with this.
You're gonna wait until your dad's age.
So
to
yeah,
have
my
you.
dad was 36 when I was born. So
okay.
I'm okay with like waiting until that point.
Totally.
Yeah.
Also, like, if you're not opposed to adoption, that takes off however many years the kid is old.
I'm not opposed to adoption. I think it's like a noble thing to do. I want my own though. I know that sounds
everyone.
I'm sure there's gonna be people that'll be like, "Fuck you," but like I'm not. I think it's an amazing thing. Just for me, I just want my own.
Yeah, for
I want
sure.
my own. I want little like my dad's side of the family didn't really do a good job at reproducing.
Oh.
My dad was the only one that had a kid out of his.
Everyone else stopped.
His sister didn't have a kid or anything like that, and so they only had 2. And it's like, wait, it's up to me.
Damn.
To carry on my dad's genes or my family's genes on that side. I don't know. Maybe it sounds a little weird, but I want to carry on the family name.
Okay, no, that's noble.
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna get
so
eaten alive for that. I know. That's so.
My seed must be spread.
I know. That's kind of toxic, I think. But
no.
You're just saying that.
I don't. No, I don't. I honestly do not care.
Awesome.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to adopt?
I don't think I'll have kids.
Okay.
Unless they're thrust upon me.
Okay. Unless you marry into it.
Yes.
Or
I think I may.
Or there's like a forced adoption or something. Okay. So that would happen.
I'd make a great stepmom. I know that. Mm-hmm. And if like I always tell people the dream scenario would be very good friends die.
Yep.
And then they leave me the kids and like millions of dollars.
Oh my God, you've really thought this through.
I mean,
do you have anybody in mind?
No. Could you imagine?
Do you have a list of multimillionaire friends that could die tragically and you could adopt?
I also have
children.
I've met one kid so far that's made me like, oh my God, wait, kids are kind of cool.
Yeah.
The rest of them, I'm like, no.
Yeah. I've got 12 nieces and nephews.
Wow.
So, and none of them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but I don't.
Wait, who's having them?
My siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad's family doesn't.
No, so all the siblings. Well, we share a mother, so they're half siblings.
Got it.
But my dad, but 12 nieces and nephews. My mom had. The 3 kids are hers biologically.
Okay.
So they're technically, half siblings,
sure.
whatever. But,
I mean, yeah.
But they all have they all made 12.
Wait, and so you've been like training because you've been an uncle.
Know. I mean, you would think, but there's so many kids. They don't all live near me. But I don't know. I don't want somebody else's. Now I'm going to get into the adoption thing. No.
You come out as like you're firmly against adoption.
I'm not,
it's disgusting.
No. Like I have no issue, and maybe I will change. Like maybe it won't matter. I think when you have kids, you realize it actually doesn't matter as much.
Maybe.
But the ideal situation is for 2 kids, one from me and one from my partner.
Cute.
And I want them to
scares me.
Really?
It's like favoritism.
That's I feel like
how would you not prefer yours?
I mean, that's a thing. So this is how I want it to happen.
Okay.
My poor surrogate. You need an egg donor, and there's 2 things. There's and
an incubator.
Yes. So there's a vessel, a vessel, if you will. God. Okay. So you need obviously the egg donor, and then you need the
cum.
The cum.
Lots and lots of cum.
tons of cum. And then you need a baby like a surrogate.
Yeah.
Right, because a surrogate and the egg donor are different. And my ideal situation is I want to have them at the same. I want fraternal twins,
but
from 2 separate dads.
Same girl eggs.
Yes.
In 2 different.
Yes.
Ovens.
To me that would like bond the entire. I know that sounds so fucking weird.
No, it doesn't. I actually like this.
I don't think it's
kind
possible,
of like fraternal twins almost.
Fraternal half siblings.
You know,
I don't know if that's possible.
Have you heard though? With in vitro, you're way more likely to have twins.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So what
if you have 4?
The poor woman's gonna be like have quadruplets. Just crazy.
One of them, and then the other one has
and then
the same. You have 8
Oh my god,
kids.
the poor woman is gonna. Yeah, it's crazy. 8 kids. She's gonna give birth to like a fucking
a litter,
like a litter of children. I could end up having but you know what?
That's what I'm saying. But then
then I'd have a reality TV show on TLC.
Would.
That would be awesome.
8's enough.
8's yeah. I love that. Gay plus 8.
I would watch it.
I know
watch it.
everybody would watch it, but then it'd cause a lot of political.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody would hate it.
These kids are being abused.
Yeah, it's not natural.
All your slutty clips would resurface.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like this person.
This guy's a dad. I can't believe him. Yeah, no, I think I do want a couple kids for sure. And it doesn't have to be that way. That would be cool if I could have them at the same time. They could be in the womb with the at the same time.
Oh wait, cool. You want them in the same. In this, got it.
We could get a different. You know what? I didn't think about it. We could do a different surrogate. I guess we don't have. They don't have to be.
The
in the
egg
womb.
has to be the same.
Yeah, because I don't know why I'm doing it the most insane way possible. But
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was like 2 girls pregnant at once. But you meant 1, just jammer full of fertilized eggs.
Okay. So maybe your way is the better way. Okay, I was like, y'all can be in the same womb. See,
That's
okay,
cute,
I didn't think that was it. I was like,
cute.
they can be in the same womb at the same time.
Totally.
So
they're gonna feel connected though. Obviously,
sweating. I'm trying to like make sure nothing is like.
No, you look great.
Okay, I know, but my biggest fear is pit stains, and I don't know how you would get it on a fucking
sleeveless.
Yeah, but I sweat a lot during a podcast. But
it's also kind of hot in here with like the lights.
It's good. No, it's great. Well, you let me know if it gets crazy. If
I
you're
will.
Like, wow, you're drenched.
And then what's the move? You take the shirt off?
No, yeah, just take the shirt off. Yeah, exactly. No, I'll just like sit here like this.
Cute, like a little dainty,
exactly.
a dainty girl. Okay, wait.
So
your first.
I'm also drinking hot tea too.
That's so true. Is it helping your throat at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were talking about this, but throat tonsils probably have to come out.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't want to scare you.
No.
But apparently the recovery for an adult.
Everybody's
getting their
told
tonsils out is like
it's 100%.
Gnarly.
100% of the people that I've talked to about this said it's the worst pain of their life. And I'm like, I'm a baby too.
Oh no,
such a baby.
Maybe they'll just give you maybe they'll knock you, give you sleeping pills, and just keep you under.
Everybody, I'm a bitch too when it comes to pain. So
really?
I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah, I'm.
Do you are you scared of insects and stuff?
Insects?
Yeah.
I don't like to hang out with them.
That's
but
controversial. First the adoption thing, now no insects.
But I don't like to kill them either. So if I see one, I let them go. I wasn't
sure if you were jumping on the chair because the spider's on the ground.
No.
Okay.
No, if the spider's on the ground, I'm not like that. Like if it comes to insects, let it live. It's just trying to exist.
That's so sweet.
I don't want to kill it. I just I try to let it go. Now my cats kill everything.
Oh, your cats?
Oh yeah, 2.
And did they came with you?
They did. I left them at home for a little bit in Portland and waited till we got settled, but then we flew with them. So we stuck them into the crate. And
do they like the new place so far?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it extensively. But I get a feeling that they do miss that because my house in Portland was really a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So because LA,
But you kept it.
I did. Yeah. So I'm gonna I'm trying to. Sorry, we're going way off. We can go over time. I don't need to. I have no time restrictions, so we can just talk forever.
Sure.
But I went to what was I saying?
House cats.
Prefer... Yeah, I'm like I don't know. Like when I go home, I want to take them home with me. But I'm like, oh, God, is that good for them to be flying back and forth? They were fine on the plane.
Yeah.
5 and 6.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
They're not old and
No. I know. No, they're fine. They were good. It was easy.
Yeah.
It was easy. Threw them in the crate, and just no medication.
Wow.
I tried to. They wouldn't take it. So I was like, the flight leaves at 6:15. Got to get in.
Damn.
So that was
and
it.
They did. Did they go under the plane?
No. In the plane.
Okay.
In the plane. So if you're looking, Delta charges $150 per cat each way.
Damn.
I know.
That's like as much as a human.
I know. It's ridiculous. It's been up since '99.
You should just get 2 seats and like sit them on the.
I know. At that point, it may be cheaper.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, came down here, but I know this is a sex podcast. We're talking about cats.
That's okay.
And strep throat.
That's okay.
I've got it. If you can tell, my brain is very ADHD.
I can wrangle you.
Yeah, wrangle me in.
Yeah, okay. Your first sexual experience was with a girl.
Yes.
What was your first male sexual experience?
With a guy. Oh.
Oh my God! How fascinating.
I know. It was when I was 22.
Okay.
22 years old. I met this guy, and I actually dated him for a long time.
Were you still in college, or is this
I was in
after
college.
Okay.
So I met him on Tinder over winter break.
Cute.
And I would do this thing on Tinder where I would swipe on girls, and then I'd switch to guys for a moment, and then I'd swipe, and then I'd go back to girls.
And you were matching all these guys.
Yeah, and then I started matching with a bunch of gay men, and I'm like, fuck. And I finally started messaging this guy, and we started talking, and we talked all winter break. And it was winter break of 2015.
Wow.
Okay, and I was like talking with him, and we were chatting. And then I was like, I really wanted to hook up with him.
Was he in your college town?
No, we were at home in Portland.
Oh, got it.
So we were both at home, and because it was winter break.
Is he your age too?
He was. I was 22, and he was 19.
Okay. Also, again, like you, I called you the twink whisperer before because you have made it known that you like twinks.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Was this a twink?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was also a twink probably at 22.
Of course, everyone's a twink when they're under 23 years old.
So, but to speak on that real quick,
yeah.
I think I used the word twink sort of too broadly because I like men with muscle too.
Sure.
Like men.
Twunks.
Yes. And some jockey guy,
yeah.
like I don't exclusive, like when you hear twink, you hear like skin and bones, 21 years old, like that's sort of the description that the internet has sort of
like
yeah, that's not mine is broad, much more broad than that than I lead on the internet.
Okay.
So yeah, like twinks, every once in a while twunks,
sure.
Jockier guys.
Yeah.
So it's not just like exclusively.
I'm glad we're rewriting the narrative.
Yes, and it's not going to work. Like everybody's gonna be like, it'll go to the when people will write a hate comment, they'll be like, yeah, he didn't like that. Yeah, he didn't like that guy because he wasn't 110 pounds and.
You know what you need to do is just date a bear for like 9 months.
I think I may just go fuck a bear.
You should
and just record it and put it out. You know what I mean?
That'd make a splash for way more than one reason.
Yeah, just for whatever reason.
Are your nudes out there? Have they leaked?
I've never... You know what? From a very young age, I decided not to take nudes and put them on the internet.
Well, no one puts them on the internet.
Well, or send them to other people.
Okay.
So like from the time I started Twitch streaming, which I was 19 years old, I was like, wait, this shit could get out quick. And
smart.
And so I just never have sent nudes.
Whoa.
Never, ever.
That's awesome.
Well, I did when I was like 16, but like nobody,
Well, that'd be literal porn. Child porn.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was 16, I was, I sent like a dick pic or something, but like that was to another guy. That's my story's deep.
Whoa!
I know. It's weird.
What guy? Oh my god! A classmate?
This is crazy. I used to play on. I'm sorry. This is gonna be so hard to follow for your viewers.
I think I'm.
Yeah.
I'll keep us on.
Okay. So I was 16 years old, and this was before I had any experience with anything. And I used to be a part of this Microsoft Flight Simulator community online. And I had these friends online, and one of them, actually, it turned out like half the guys were gay.
What's that all about?
I don't know. I think gay in aviation, there's a lot of queers in aviation.
There's a
Not
whole
just flight
gay,
attendants, but
there's
pilots.
A whole gay pilots association.
Yeah, 100%. So these guys, we all wanted to be pilots. We used to play Flight Simulator on these really like nerdy servers. And this guy named, I'll call him Cameron.
Okay.
Wasn't his actual name.
No, okay.
Just in case he's out there. I actually think he's a captain for Delta Airlines now.
Okay,
Sorry if you're out there, Cameron.
Well, let's see if there's any more identifiable.
So anyway, we would talk about like sexually about girls during the day, and then we started like talking at night, and then we started like sexting. And at one
Were you
point,
so excited?
yeah, like it was the first time I was like, man, I really want a dick in my mouth, and why do I? Why do I
Not
feel
the last
this way?
time, but
yeah, I was like, why do I feel this way?
do you remember how it got in there?
I don't recall the details of.
But
like,
he wasn't gay either. Technically,
well, we weren't. Both of us weren't.
Got
gay.
it, got
or
it,
maybe
got
he
it, got
was,
it.
but he didn't want to tell me.
Sure.
And he had accepted it himself. But we were like sending like nudes back and forth, and we were like sexting and talking about it. And he would like send me shirtless photos and the.
So you knew what he looked like. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And so we would do that, and then we had like a little romance, and we were like texting back and forth. And then one day, I was overcome with guilt, and I just felt the ick, and I just stopped texting him, and I just cut it off. And then I was like, I'm straight.
You faggot.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm straight. And so that from that time, I like put it to bed from the time I was 16 all the way up until the next time I had engaged with a guy like that until I was 22. I put it all to bed.
And I think you unwittingly brought it back to what we were talking about.
Yes.
The 22-year-old on
Yes,
Tinder.
so the 22,
or the 19-year-old on Tinder.
19-year-old on Tinder. So I met this guy, and we ended up dating for several years after that.
No.
Yeah, several years. So we dated. Well, let's get to the hookup. So we were talking over winter break. The last day winter break, I was like, something's got to happen. So I go and get us a hotel.
Oh my God. That's a big move.
I know. So I was like, I need to get us a hotel. I don't want anybody to know. So I like sneak out.
Were you making a lot of money at this point?
I was making enough money, like for a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
I was making good money because I was a streamer on Twitch from the time I was 19.
Damn.
I had like I didn't need another job. Like I the last job I had was when I was not like I mean I work obviously this is what I do for a living, but I was a waiter when I was 18, and that was the last job that I worked for somebody.
Can be a horrible job.
I know, terrible job, but it was it was enough to be like I don't want to ever do that again.
Totally.
So anyway, so I get the hotel, and he meets me there, and first time I had ever met him.
Yeah.
In person, and we drive to the hotel.
As cute as the pictures?
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous. He's very pretty. We're still friends to this day. He will always be special to me.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm gonna. He will always be special. We're still very close.
Your little hotel slut.
Yeah. So my little hotel slut. So
had you already discussed what you were going to do in the
not
hotel
really.
room?
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't really discuss it at all. I knew we weren't gonna have sex.
Oh.
Because I just was in my head it wasn't even a reality. I was just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we go to the hotel, and we just like, I like wouldn't let him come in to check in with me because I didn't want people to be like, because he, I was like,
coming to check in on you where?
like into the hotel, like check in at the front desk.
He's like, wait.
I was like, wait in the car, like super DL, like I don't want to be seen with you in public. And so we go into the hotel room, and then shirts and stuff come off, and I think we just like made out. Like I don't even think I saw his penis at all.
Okay.
I don't think I even came. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But
good kisser?
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a good kisser?
I would say so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I think kissing is a very it's a compatibility thing. I think some people kiss and they have kissing styles, and those people find each other, and then other people are like that. Those people suck, and then
interesting.
I've kissed people where we just couldn't even.
It's not good.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
But he was a good kisser. We had compatibility. And then
so you didn't spend the night in the hotel?
Or did you?
Okay.
I took him home, and then we just used the hotel as like I was having an affair, like a straight man.
You went back home to your family.
Right. I went back home to my family. I remember the next day it was I think it was it was just after New Year's. And
Did you feel good or bad?
Terrible.
Really?
So anxious. The next day I was like trembling in fear. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just hooked up with a guy.
And you're like, were you like, I have to kill him?
No, no, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because that could have been like the start of like,
you're great. I'll tell you.
I can feel myself dripping.
Oh,
like,
that's
I'm just like,
cool.
Yeah, no, it's like dripping in sweat.
There is something worse.
Somebody's going to be really into that.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody's going to be like, wow.
They're
keep
like, can
sweating.
I smell that chair?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so we ended up,
but you felt awful, but you kept talking.
I did. We kept talking, and then we went back to school,
and he was like out and proud.
Yeah, very much. I mean, it was hard for him not to be. Bless his heart. He was just like, I know sometimes, not to be homophobic, but I mean, come on. I mean,
obviously.
Come on. Yeah, obviously. No, but he was out and proud. And I was the typical DL guy. Just he would drive to hook up with me. That's all we did for the first year or two of our relationship was he would just come and we would just stay in a room.
Wow.
And then, anyway, and then the first time I had sex with him was in college. And I just remember like starting the sexual, like putting it in, if you will, and being like, wow, this is amazing. And that was my first, I lost my gay virginity.
Okay.
When I was, like 22.
Yeah,
22.
Wow.
And it was amazing. And then we went on to date for several years after that. And then we broke up because...
When did you come out? Did you?
I came out... Oh, yeah. So I come out... so we date...
Then you
came in, and
out.
I came out when I was like 25.
Okay.
Fully, professionally. 24 to my family and everything. I came out to my family, and then I came out professionally after that.
Got it.
And then finally, and then we stayed dating for probably about 3 years after that.
Wow.
So
he was really patient.
Very much, and he helped me through a lot of the craziness. So I owe a lot to him for helping me discover myself, and a lot of people wouldn't have stuck around. You know what I mean? And they shouldn't have. Honestly, I'm not saying you should.
Totally.
But
you already seem like, I don't know you that well, but you seem like a nice, thoughtful person.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so.
You're not like a dick.
No. And I mean, we broke up, and it was, it's just like we weren't. It's like it's like your first love. I mean, like we certainly have we coexisted great together. Like we lived together, and we coexisted great together. But it was just like one of those things where I wanted to kind of have a lot of fun, and not like he wasn't fun, but
hoe phase.
I wanted to have a little bit of a phase, and he didn't really want to engage in that. Not to get into the details, but regardless, we're still it was not a messy breakup.
Yeah.
We still hang out, not sexual. We that boundary is put up because you can't go in. It gets complicated after that.
Sure.
If you were together for that long.
Yeah.
I know this is countering what I said that gays are really good at, but in that
different.
Context,
you said with friends, not with
with
ex-lovers of the years.
But yeah, we I still care about him very deeply. I want, but it's past that point where I want to be with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's I want somebody. I'm protective over okay, you better whoever you find better take care of you.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean? I want
you
deserve,
you want the best for him.
You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to be pampered. Because I was I wasn't a sugar daddy by any means, but I would, he had what he needed.
Sure.
That's my philosophy.
Is that do you still consider yourself not sugar daddy, but
the breadwinner?
Yeah.
Yes. I grew up that way. I don't think that it needs to be that way. I support my partner in their if they want to work and have a career. I support that. In fact, I'd prefer that.
Yeah,
actually.
Okay.
But the way I was raised was my dad was the breadwinner, and my mom worked, but my dad provided everything, the housing. My mom basically worked, and her whole paycheck was her spending money.
Sure.
So she just spent it on whatever she wanted to do. And so I don't necessarily think that that's the way it needs to be, but I built my life as that is I'm going to make sure we are taken care of regardless of what you do. But please do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because it just increases the things that we can do together. But I don't need you to do that. But you can.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So part of you must be attracted to those roles, kind of.
Sure, yeah. I'd say so. I want to be I don't need to be if somebody was made more money than I did, great.
Okay, you wouldn't have a problem with that.
No, wouldn't have a problem at all.
Oh, that's great.
If you made more money than me, I don't have a problem with that.
Cute.
I'm just sort of I'm ready. I'm building my career as no matter what, we are going to have the life that we want to live together,
and you're going to be able to make decisions. Yeah.
It's still just because I make more money than you doesn't mean that I have to. We still are a couple.
A team.
We're still a team, and it doesn't mean that you have to, like,
do the dishes and make all the dinners and stuff like that.
I believe, there was a time in my life where I was like, well, if I'm paying for everything, you know what I mean? Like, this is, but I actually learned.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, exactly. through my ex, actually, just because I make more money doesn't mean that you aren't working hard.
Totally.
Oh
my God, totally.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean like, it doesn't mean that you're not working your ass off every day. Like my ex worked all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, just because, like, in fact, it was quite the opposite. Like his output was higher than mine.
Yeah. But you made more money.
But I made more money.
Nice.
So it's just like, but I just got lucky. My career is just the way it is. So
after you broke up with the college guy,
yeah,
did you have your phase?
I did.
Okay.
It was a crazy phase.
You were in Portland?
I was in Portland, but I would travel all over the place.
Really?
I would not like to fuck necessarily, but
sometimes.
But I mean, it was a byproduct of the travels.
Sure.
And I went to. The first sexual experience I had outside of my ex was in Tokyo, Japan.
Whoa.
And I had never done anything like this. Like,
was that the only guy you'd ever been with? Your ex?
Yes, sexually.
Whoa.
Yeah, the only guy.
Are you monogamous?
Yes and no. No. I am. If I were to engage in a relationship, I don't want to be like open. I couldn't do that.
Okay.
I couldn't do so you and I are dating, you like go fuck whoever and I go fuck whoever and then we fuck each other. For me personally, I support people that have that lifestyle. It's not my thing.
Sure.
Because I feel like our relationship needs to have a foundation of like, we are intimate with each other, but we invite people in. Or we are in the presence of each other when crazier things happen like that.
Yeah.
So we know what's going on.
Sure.
So as long as
your intimate life is still part of the other person's intimate life.
Right, exactly. So we are still. It's so funny. Can you guys hear that?
What's so funny is they won't.
No.
It's just. But
they'll just hear us talking louder for some reason. But yeah, I just want. I would prefer it to be. To invite people in at a certain point in the relationship when it's ready, because I don't think in the beginning that's good. I think you need to build and establish, at least for me, establish a foundation.
That makes sense.
So that's the way I prefer to do it.
But Tokyo,
so I go to Tokyo and I'm like, I never used Grindr before ever because I was in a relationship for so long.
And you're like 28. Whoa.
Yeah, I was like 28, 29, Gaby. So I'm 31 now, y'all. So if you ever watch my clips and you're like, I actually have very, very little experience relative to a gay man my age.
Wow.
Like people think I'm out here fucking and sucking all the moves and everything like that. And I get why people would think that based on my clips. But my relative gay experience is pretty low. So when I tell these stories in my clips on my podcast, I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
So to protect my privacy and the privacy of others, I'll speak very broadly on these things. So I'll speak like, I won't nail a situation down to an individual. I'll just tell things
like, oh, there's this twink.
There's this guy. But it's, often it's
sorry, I should say twink.
No, it's
there's a guy.
Oh, you got it. It was a twink in Tokyo. But like, it's like I speak very broadly, and sometimes I'll infer that they've happened over and over again.
And you let people kind of like piece the story together with their imagination almost.
Sure. And they just think that like, and there's nothing wrong with, I think you should be able to sleep with whoever and whatever. And as long as it's safe and consensual and respectful, then I think you should be able to do whatever you want. So I don't, people shouldn't judge regardless, but I'm just saying, me personally, like I just haven't had.
So you're on Grindr in Tokyo.
I'm in Grindr in Tokyo. Thank you. You got to wrangle me.
I know. I'm getting better and out of it. It's like we're over halfway.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
I was like, my instinct is not to cut you off.
You can cut me off.
Okay.
You can cut me off because I'm sure this whole time you're stressed out because you're like, he's not all over the map.
Not stressed at all, but more so not wanting to offend you by being like,
you don't have to. No.
Okay.
Just wrangle me in because I was about to go off on another tangent.
Yeah.
This is bad.
It's like Tokyo.
Tokyo. You're like, please get me into Tokyo. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've just been rambling this whole time, and I'm still not getting to your question. Just now I'm rambling about rambling. Okay, Tokyo. So I get on Grindr, and first time I've ever done this before, and I'm like,
is your face on there or just your torso?
Torso.
Fuck.
Well, the problem is because people recognize me.
You're a thing. Yeah.
I mean, not in Tokyo as much, but like in the United States, people would certainly.
Is that really you?
Yeah.
And
or
you
hey,
report
Austin.
it.
I've been recognized by my torso.
Stop.
Some people be like, hey,
Do you have an
Austin.
identifiable torso?
I
Or is
post,
it you use
thirst
the-
traps.
Yes.
And I sometimes use the thirst traps.
Yeah, you do.
Guilty. So I'm like looking on Grindr and I can't find anything for some reason. I'm just like not having luck. Now I'm starting to realize, wow, Grindr is actually a mess, and everything that people have been talking about is it's hard to
Accurate.
find what you want. So it's like I saw that I got this message from this guy, and he like didn't have a profile picture, and I was like, this ain't going nowhere. And then he sends a photo of himself, and I went, oh. And he was like this Japanese guy, like 25 years old, and like bleached blonde hair, but like I was like, this is really, he's actually like it did him well. He did really well with it.
Yeah.
And he's like a dancer and like now I'm gonna expose it. Maybe I shouldn't say what he was. Anyway,
It's okay. I mean, unless again this person's been murdered since.
Sure.
too, but,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's fine.
yeah. So I'm like, wow, I think I'm gonna try this out. So I'm messaging him, and I'm at my hotel. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And this is, I know.
Are you hornier in the morning or the night?
I depend. Honestly, I'm a night guy.
Yeah.
Because I like the last thing that I do of the day to be the sexual experience.
Interesting.
Then it puts me to sleep.
Okay,
I like
that
the
makes
build
sense.
up
That
because if
makes
it
sense.
happens at noon, it's like, oh man, I got nothing to look forward to today.
Well, you can do it again.
I guess I could. But it's depressing sometimes. Like in the morning, I'm like,
You're right. It can.
Now I have to live for the rest of the day.
Or like you're tired. You're like,
Yeah.
I need to nap and shower.
Yeah, and like
all these
I've
things.
lost my motivation to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's messaging me, and there's an intense language barrier. And I was like, so when do you want to hook up or whatever? And I was like being very like, when do you want to come over? And he's like, on my way. Because he said, where are you staying?
Okay.
I said, when do you want to come over? After I told him where I was staying, he said, on my way. Be there in 15 minutes.
Oh.
I was like, fuck, okay. And I was like so nervous. So I was in the Tokyo Midtown Tower, which is like this like big, like the hotel is on top of this tower. And then it's like a entertainment complex. So there's like shopping and
arcade,
stores and stuff.
Movies.
So I go down to the pharmacy and I'm like, fuck. So I got to buy condoms and lube in Japan, and like I can't find lube, and so I'm like using Google Translate. I'm talking to the lady at the store.
Lube,
lube. Yeah, in this culture, this very like more of a modest culture. It's like embarrassing to be like lube. Yeah, condoms and lube. So I finally
get arrested.
Yeah, I get arrested. Yeah. So I'm like, I got condoms, I got lube, and then I like he's getting there, and I'm like sweating, and I'm so nervous, and so then I go back to the room. I put everything down. He says, I'm here. And the lobby of this hotel was on the 45th floor. So I met him on the 45th floor. Yeah, I love this hotel. It was
How
awesome.
much higher than 45 did it go?
Like to 60 or something like that. So it was like a 15 floor hotel, but it was like at the top of the building. So meet this guy in the lobby, and I see him, and I'm like, oh, he's cuter in person. Which has been my experience, actually. Most people are like cuter in person. I don't know why.
That's good.
I think men like just terrible. They're photographed horribly a lot of the times.
Yeah, they also don't have an eye for it all the
Yeah,
time. So you're
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
Like literally, when someone's like backlit, I'm like, just turn that way.
Yeah, exactly, literally. So I see him, and I'm like, he's much cuter in person. Very little English.
Yeah.
Very little English.
Would you like?
Yeah, it's okay. Like, I mean, it was neither here nor there, but it was cute, you know? And we go up to the room, and, you know, I'm like the type that I want to talk a little bit. I don't want to just jump right into it. Like, I want a little bit of a warm up. So I might offer him something to drink, and very quickly I realized, like, I am not having any conversation.
No.
So there was this hotel room that I had. We had like a living room and there like a bedroom or whatever. And so we start making out on the couch, and he's like incredibly hot, shirts, everything, you know, flying off, whatever. And this guy's like, I was like, he's incredible shape because he was like a professional dancer.
Yeah.
Incredible shape. But then we ended up having sex, and then, you know, it was, sorry, I don't even know what I skipped all the details, but like
that's okay. I mean, was it good sex?
Yeah, it was great. It was great sex, and it was the first time I had sex with somebody else.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and so
when did the nerves go away? Like after the makeout or something?
I'd say
or?
so. I was just like worried about all the things that you worry about when you first have sex. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna come too fast. Like I don't know. So anyway, so then we it was really cute. We like then took a shower together, and
still like
it was a little romantic.
Yeah.
And
not much talking.
Not much talking, but it was just like a little bit, romantic. And then he left, and then I tried to get him to hook up again on a couple nights later, and he's like, "Oh no, I can't." And I was like, "Oh man," but last year, or no, this year,
yeah,
we hooked up again in Tokyo.
Stop.
He came back and we hooked up again.
Did you randomly find each other again?
No,
you were connected.
You probably have. Yeah, we were connected.
Okay,
I was gonna say, maybe you should, but we were connected.
Yeah.
So
that's cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
Also, the first time wasn't that long ago.
No, it was like 2023.
Okay.
So
almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, almost 3 years ago. So this is So
wow.
It's 2 to 3 years. But yeah, so then we hooked up again, and that was sweet.
So after that first guy, after like the second guy, him, the dancer. How is your number still like relatively low?
I'd say it's increased quite a bit. It's definitely
it's,
I definitely
up a little bit.
that was the first guy, and then I came to LA, and there was a few, and then
Because do you have a lot of guys thirsting after you hard because of your presence?
I think sometimes, yeah, but I'm also very careful not to engage
with
most
fans.
of the time. Yeah,
that's smart.
It was when I would use Grindr and Tinder and whatnot. If somebody said they knew me, I immediately stopped talking to them.
Totally.
Most of the time, it's just awkward. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm gonna. Who I am from the internet, and then I'm gonna sleep with you. It's just it.
And then they have a story. And
I just don't want that. So I limit my contacts with people that know who I am.
Yeah.
That being said, sometimes it's most people will find out who I am.
Sure.
So it's impossible. They will find out what I do, and they will find out who I am, and maybe they've seen me before. So it's
in a clip.
Yeah, but if
that.
you're I don't know, because you could see me and not be a fan, but just know who I am. It's a gray area, but
Yeah.
I tend to tread lightly when it comes to that.
Because the other thing is you want your partner to like what you do,
Exactly.
or be a fan.
Yep.
Oh, aren't they great?
Yep.
But you don't want someone who's been watching you since 2019 or whatever.
No, not at all. Not at all. Definitely not. That's sometimes it sucks because sometimes people are really hot and you're like, fuck, but I just can't.
Good for you.
Can't do it. So, I'm sure I've probably slept with somebody that didn't,
I've hooked
didn't
up with
tell
people
me.
who said after.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, you feel very
exposed.
Yeah, kind of they crossed a weird line.
Yeah.
You weren't on that's
Yeah.
that's
you
crazy.
didn't tell me that you knew who I was beforehand.
Yeah, it's a cop. If you're a cop, you need to tell me you're
Sure.
a cop.
But I'm sure there's other, people that of prominence that I've, that knew who I was and what I did, but
sure.
they're
Played it cool.
Yeah, but they're of equal.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
So but I think it's just a little bit tricky if somebody's like, "Oh my God, I know you. I love your podcast." No, immediate.
Yeah.
I love your podcast.
Have you ever cross streams with another streamer?
Peed, get the
or hooked up.
You
don't have to say
with another Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. I no
Okay.
other Twitch streamer that I've hooked up with. There's also not that many gay men.
I was gonna say
there are, but no, I've never. There was a few, but never even got. No.
Okay, let's play a quick round of
I'm ready.
Hot or not.
Okay.
And this is where I just list things and you tell me if you find them hot or not.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Sex in a public space.
Ooh. Can people see us?
Well, I think the thing is potentially someone could, but you're getting away with something.
Okay, let me think through this one. Hot, but I think I need to be drunk.
Okay,
Probably
fair.
And I it depends on the public space,
of course.
Obviously, but I don't know. It depends on the I don't.
Sure.
If it's I think it would be hot if it was at a
at a gay event maybe or something.
A gay event.
Yeah.
A gay bar. I've never done it before. I've never really had
Really?
sex in a public place. No, never.
Has someone ever no? Okay, so Pete.
Oh, I had sex in a parking garage, but in the backseat of the car, which was
car sex is rough.
yeah, it was actually one of the hotter experiences
Really?
that I had because it was very spontaneous, And like it's hard to have spontaneous.
With this person?
It was actually with my ex, but
okay.
But like we went to the Abbey, which was like super like, you know, it was like one of the first times I had been to the Abbey.
Sure.
And we like got back and we parked the car, and then like we started like making out in the front seat, and like this parking garage was like lit, and then we just basically fucked in the back seat of the truck, yeah. Of this pickup truck that I had rented, which is crazy in LA. I don't know.
You were in the truck bed?
No, like in the back seat of the pickup,
okay.
The cab of the pickup truck.
Sure.
And so I was like, it was just like a crazy.
Couldn't even wait to get inside.
No, couldn't wait to get inside.
What about roadhead?
Oh yeah, I've gotten roadhead before, which is very dangerous.
I know,
because
a bump and
one
teeth.
bump and and it's just it was not. It's not. It sounds a lot better than it is.
I have Invisalign right now.
Oh,
it's created
I had that too a long time ago.
Bumpers, like I can't nick a guy's dick if I try.
Oh, okay.
So
it's almost like
plastic.
It's like, oh, so you don't.
It's great.
So you've been just
sucking,
and
not afraid to like
using all the teeth because I can't feel it. You better.
I wouldn't go as far as to be like using all my teeth, but like I do it boldly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think well, just be careful. Then you might, because you have these bumpers. What happens when they go away? You have them add them back.
So you have to wear Invisalign at night.
Oh, so you'll just put them in before you suck dick.
Maybe.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I had Invisalign too. It didn't work.
Really?
Because I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
I kept playing with them and broke them.
Your teeth look really good.
Thank you. I had braces afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't used a retainer in years.
Damn. Okay, playing with fire, but
I know, but they it's been like I'm 31 now. 17 was the last time I got my. But oh god, here we go, another time. But they filled in composite in the front of my mouth.
Because
they
that's where spaces. They go over.
Well, they made spaces in my teeth to fill out my mouth more, and then they composited these teeth in the front. So these are actually like they're real teeth, but they added on because I had gaps that they made to make my mouth look fuller. Because I don't know, my teeth were small. My orthodontist said this is what we should do. So I feel like that composite has actually added an artificial like
barrier.
Yeah, barrier, and like it holds everything in place.
Nice.
Because the other, it's not real, but it's like jammed into my gums.
Okay, yeah.
So it almost is like a built-in retainer.
That's great.
I think that's my theory.
I know you. I don't know. I'm not a doctor is scary.
Yeah, I know. Not an orthodontist nor a doctor.
Okay. Group sex.
Group sex. Hot.
Okay.
Hot. Yeah.
Any experience?
Never. Oh, I mean threesomes.
That's fair.
But not like massive groups.
Sure.
But I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so it may be not. But I'll try it.
Sex parties, kind of. I guess that's a tangential, but
I'm gonna say hot, but I don't know.
Okay.
Because I've never been to one, so I need to experience it, and I think it could be, but it also could be overstimulating.
Are you easily overly stimulated?
I think so. So maybe it wouldn't be good.
Okay.
Because like if there's too much going on, I like won't be able to get hard.
Nice.
I'll be like I'll like start to like get if I'm nervous, I can't. So maybe I just need to acclimate a little bit.
Sure.
So like there's nothing more awful than not being able to get hard in a sexual experience, and it's happened before.
Have you ever considered having a pill with you in case?
I've thought of that as a possibility. I don't know how they work exactly. I mean, I guess they just get you hard, but it's happened like twice in my life.
Sure.
And they're just both times it was like, oh my God.
Honestly, if you even just had one pill that you carried with you, knowing that you have the pill on
would
you,
help.
Yeah.
Have you had this experience before?
When I got on antidepressants, my sex drive took a dip, and my erections were like come and go. But for the most part, I'm pretty solid.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I think like having, like it's all mental.
Yeah.
It's all mental.
It's crazy how mental it is.
It's all mental. Like, I mean, I guess at a certain age we'll find out it's not only mental.
Totally.
But for me, at this point in my life, it's mental.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'll probably need the pills.
But if you went with like a partner or someone that you have good sex with, that's kind of like a built-in like...
Sure. I can do it with this person.
Let's us do stuff over here.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, it would also add another layer of like, okay, a little bit of jealousy sometimes.
Sure.
Like, because I can get a little jealous. But yeah, it could add a little layer of that. But if I knew it needs to be like a controlled environment. It can't be with randoms. I think I'd have to like control the environment. I think a little bit more.
Okay.
I'd have to know everybody.
Sure.
I think that it can't be like a massive orgy.
Totally.
So like it has to be like a controlled environment of like maybe.
You can make a partyful event.
Yeah, exactly. Of like people that I know, and the expectations are set, and we know what everybody's doing.
Sure. Okay.
So,
come.
Okay. Hot.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite place to put it or have it be put?
I would say.
That's a very. I guess it's a very personal.
No. It depends. Okay. No. It depends on the. It depends on the person.
Sure.
It depends on the situation.
Okay. But in general, you're like cool with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's
for some reason
sexy.
I thought you were gonna hate it.
No.
I don't know
it's
why.
Very hot.
Okay.
See, this is what the clips would give you think that I'm like they would lead you to believe that like I'm toxic and I don't like that. Like
yeah, but you know what's so fucked up is like a lot of gay guys are attracted to that, whether or not they admit it. No, the toxic thing.
Oh,
like they're like
oh yeah.
Oh, like I just like
no.
blah blah blah. Like
no.
Come.
No,
like,
I love it.
You're like.
I love it. Like I love it. No, I love it. I'm not ashamed to say.
No,
also, yeah. Anyway, but
like massage with like happy ending situation.
no, not
okay.
Not interested.
And is that because you don't know the person?
Yeah, that I sex for me is so much of a me pleasing the other person.
Oh, you're a pleaser?
100%. And I know it may be a lot of people call me a selfish top online.
Yeah.
It's the biggest rumor myth.
Oh my God, this is so good to hear.
Yeah, I do not. No. Like Hassan Piker has started this rumor that I'm a selfish top, and if he ever watches this, he'll say it's not a rumor. But like
It's not. He was making it sound like he bought him for you.
Yeah, I know.
And it wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, that's what he makes it seem like. But he knows I'm not his type, or I'm not his type. He's not my type.
He's not your type,
and vice versa because he's straight. But
yeah.
Regardless, no, I like to I communicate with whoever I'm having sex with, and I want to know what they like, and then I will try to be the best they've ever had at that particular thing.
Do you prefer your partner comes before you?
Yes. Is that selfish?
No.
Yeah, no.
That's literally the opposite.
I want them to finish.
Yeah, and
like,
then
I will.
And you're like, I did so good.
Yeah, but if they want me to finish first, like that, because I think it can be a little selfish to not. You know what I mean?
I've been on both sides where I'm like, I really want this guy to come in me, and like that's gonna like send me over the edge.
Yeah.
But then also, there's something about like a guy being like, come for me.
Yeah. So that I think like, yeah, no, I definitely need them to finish. Like if they don't finish, I'll feel like. I know it just happens sometimes, and I've learned over time that like sometimes people are like, "Wait, no, like it's totally fine. Like I had a great time," and I don't get it because
you're very orgasm oriented.
Yeah, like I feel
that is what
that is
we're doing.
That indicates that was a good thing.
Yeah,
and if it doesn't happen, then that's how. But I've learned now, like with more experience, that like not everybody's like that, and I accept. And I've met multiple people like that that aren't like that. But for me, it's like wait. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Wait, what did I do wrong? Like, wait, did you not enjoy this? Like, are you okay? Like, I was like nervous about it. I was keeping it inside. I wasn't like barraging them with questions.
Yeah.
But I was like in my head about it. But very much like that is my goal.
Yeah.
Like I want.
Yeah, you want them to experience maximum pleasure.
Yeah, and I'm like, I also don't understand how men are so selfish in this regard because for me, it's a sense of pride.
Yeah.
To like want to be good.
Oh, you'd think especially straight guys would be analyzing the female body to be like, how can I get her off? Like in the best way possible.
Yes.
And so they're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
and so they just like please themselves and like, they think that they're awesome and that she's having a great time. I don't know. Like without communicating it, I like want to be sure.
Yeah.
I'm not like, hey, you having a good time? Like, but like in I like want to. Yeah.
You like communicating.
100%.
Again, that's like a queer thing too.
Yeah.
We're down to like have a chat.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you like. Like what do you, and I usually that's like a pre-conversation, I'd say.
Feet.
Not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not interested. I mean, not that like, yeah.
No, it's okay.
Not like
it's so
I'm
funny
not against
too.
them. They're just
yeah,
like,
exactly.
They're there.
And you're online so much that like I think you've been conditioned to be like, but I'm not saying it's gross.
Yeah. I know.
It's just
I'm
like your
PR
personal.
trained.
Yeah.
My personal preference is no.
Yeah.
Not.
Tattoos and or piercings.
Tattoos hotter than piercings.
Okay.
I think tattoos can be really hot.
Totally.
But it depends.
Body hair.
Hot in certain places.
Okay.
I'd say like I could go through my body hair preferences.
Do you prefer your partner to be smooth though? Not as strong.
Depends.
Okay.
Like on their ass, yes. Everywhere else, no, not necessarily.
Interesting.
See, a lot of people would think, oh, Austin likes a twink. Austin likes them to be hairless twink.
Smooth.
No, I think armpit hair is very sexy on men. I think also like down there like you should not be.
No.
Clean
Oh
shaven.
my god, a penis and balls with a ball.
Yeah, not a good look.
It looks alien.
Maintained. A little bit of like I think that like I'm not like a huge fan of like a lot of chest hair, but like a little bit's fine.
Sure.
Here and there. I think that like the abdomen area, like I'm not really a big fan of like a ton of hair there. So like just like a little bit here and there, like a happy trail sexy, I think. But like I think like
you don't like hairy shoulders and hairy. Yeah.
No, not into that either. That's not for sure. I definitely wouldn't want hairy back and shoulders for sure.
Okay. Choking.
Hot.
Being choked.
Not.
Okay. Spanking.
Hot. Being spanked?
Being spanked?
Not.
Okay.
It'd be I don't know. It's just I don't know. For the guys that I've slept with, it'd be weird for them to spank me. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Sure. Like, hey.
I'm not like. Oh, here goes the PR again.
I love it.
But I'm just like I'm not like.
You don't find yourself in the position where
I don't find
it.
It depends on the person though. Like if I find myself in the position. It would be appropriate.
Sure.
In this case, now to this point, no.
And
I think the people that I sleep with would also be like, no.
Of course.
I'm not spanking him.
No. Be like, why? Why would I spank
do that?
him?
Yeah, why would I do that? Yeah.
Dom sub.
Dom.
Right.
Oh, that wasn't a question.
It's hot or not still.
Oh, sorry.
But,
like me being the Dom?
Well, like, do you find Dom sub roles hot or not?
Oh. It's a good question.
Well, you said Dom really fast.
I feel, I know.
That makes me think that you find it hot.
I'd say yes, but like I'm not thinking about that.
Okay.
Like, I think it just happens naturally.
Sure.
But I'm not thinking about like we don't talk about what role you are. I think it just sort of implied. Sometimes.
Eating ass.
Hot.
Okay.
Yes. Does this shock
Listener,
you?
his eyes lit up for the first time in the whole podcast. No, that doesn't shock me, and especially since you said you're a pleaser.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy sucking dick as much as I like eating ass. Like hands down.
Do you like getting your dick sucked?
Yeah. It depends.
Are you more of just like an anal queen?
Maybe I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm an anal queen. Yeah, never been called that before. But I think for me, it is. I think eating ass is like to me a more pleasurable experience than getting my dick sucked. It depends on the person, though. I think some people could be conventionally good at sucking dick.
Yeah,
conventionally, but it may not work for me.
Sure.
But I've had some blowjobs from people that are like, I'm like, wow. Did not expect that from you.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I would think that there's somebody that looks like they don't suck good dick.
Yeah, well.
But it was probably like they weren't doing everything else well. But oh my God.
You look like you don't suck dick.
Thank you. I know, because people assume that I don't. And I do. If it was like if you and I were hooking up and that was your thing, and I would really try hard.
Oh, to get into it.
Yes.
There's nothing I like less than someone roughing it through. I want them to be passionately like. I want them to be
you're a
passionate
pleaser
about
too.
it.
You want them to enjoy it.
Yeah,
that's it. That's me too. If you're not enjoying it, I don't like it.
Yeah, like, and we don't have to do this. Like, let's find a common ground where you're having a great time.
Right.
I'm having. I
like the idea of it more than I like doing it.
Sure.
Like I like the idea of it. It sounds better.
Listen, as long as you're like obsessed with, I think one of the two.
Yeah.
Great.
Like it also depends on the person for me.
Well, of course.
Like sometimes I'm just like, oh wow, that's what I want to.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's my.
When
thing.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I like Hassan will tell me he's like he don't suck dick. I'm like, fuck, do you know?
But you're like kind of like yeah. I don't love it. But I do.
That's what I'm saying. So it's an indefensible position.
Sure.
It's not my favorite thing. It's not my favorite thing to do.
Okay.
But I find that a lot of like people that I sleep with don't really enjoy their dick being sucked anyway.
Yeah, I'm.
And they prefer their ass to be eaten.
You're not. Yeah, you're not defending the twink thing very
I know.
But, I am picturing like a guy in like a schoolgirl outfit.
No,
That's eating his ass.
That's never happened before. But I don't know. Maybe I'm misjudging it. But I'll talk. Next time I'll ask more.
No. I mean, I think if you've intuitively found something in a partner,
sure,
and everyone's smiling and happy and coming,
yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, it's great.
Please don't. In fact, be like, do you want me to suck your dick more?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It almost. Yeah, I'm not defending the.
No,
what people think.
Not well.
Yeah, no.
All right. The last thing is, do you have any advice you'd give to younger Austin, like as he started his sexual journey, knowing like what you know now?
Yes. Well, it would just be to start doing it.
Be gay.
Just be gay, for God's sake. For fuck's sake, you only got one fucking life. You're going to blow away your entire 20s by not having these fun experiences, and you could just go out and do it, and who gives a shit what anybody thinks? You're going to figure it out. It's going to be like you're going to go through periods where you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but just go out and do it.
Yeah.
Because you only have one shot at life and to be in your 20s. And so go out and do it. So right now, I'm like, I don't have any, I do have regret. I wish I would have come out and done all these things sooner.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing them and I'm having fun. So like
everything you did got you here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. But like, I just wish I would have I wish I would have done them sooner. So
just do it.
Advice should be just go out and fucking do it.
Hell yeah.
Have fun.
Great.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then can you tell Tower Bottoms are the people who like
Tower Bottoms.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because my last name is Towers.
Hell yeah.
Can you tell them where to like find, love, and support you?
Yes. If you want to support me, I am. You can find me on shit. I'm on Twitch, Austin Show. I'm Fear and Podcast is where you can find me every week. I'm on Twitter. I have a couple accounts there. Instagram, Austin on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cool.
Austin Show. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you for doing it.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Sorry, listeners.
It's, you know what? They loved it. I can tell.
Okay. They loved it. They're not even here yet, but they loved it.
They're in the comments. Like,
they're in
fuck this toxic.
Yeah. Fuck this toxic ass top.
This is a no judgment zone.
Cool.
And until next week, keep sucking and fucking.